Hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to Danganronpa V3, Killing Harmony. In the last episode, Ryoma was arguing that someone could have killed Rantaro, snuck out, and joined the groups afterwards, although that doesn't really seem like it's possible considering we've got pictures of everyone entering in groups. If someone entered on their own, then we'd have footage of that. So Ryoma's point, it doesn't quite make sense. The culprit met him inside the library. That doesn't seem possible though.
Let's hear it then. What's your reason?
If you take a look at the 3 pictures from the camera we placed near the front door, this is when Shuichi and I met up with Kaito and Tenko, and then rushed in. This one shows the other 4 people running in after they heard Tenko scream. And finally, everyone else coming in after hearing the body discovery announcement. You can clearly see everyone entering the library in these pictures. It wouldn't make sense if there was someone hiding in the library the whole time.
Oh, okay, so that's what he was arguing. I've got to be honest, I wasn't really paying attention. I was more focused on the, maneuvering the blade rather than what he was saying. Okay, so yeah, I can understand his logic. Someone must have been hiding and then they just, osmosis their way into the group when everyone came in. But again, we have pictures of everyone entering, there we go. Yeah, we have pictures of everyone entering. That doesn't really make sense. A good idea, but that just isn't what happened.
Well, that does cover everyone now, doesn't it? I guess the one who still has a ways to go is me.
Don't worry about it. It's better to think about each possibility anyway.
And here's the thing, if they think about each possibility, then the possibility that the culprit and the mastermind are 2 different people is going to be discussed. But no matter how much you push Kaede that they're one and the same, that simply isn't true. And eventually people will start talking about, oh, what if they're not one and the same? And it's all gonna come tumbling down, I'm telling you.
Right, Shuichi?
Yes.
Speaking of people thinking of every possibility, the fact that he's being so quiet, the fact that he's not jumping in, that he's having those moments where he's staring off into space, he's figuring it out. Slowly but surely, he's figuring it out. Is Shuichi okay? He's been really quiet. He's gonna be the death of you, girl. He is going to be the death of you. Is he worried about something?
So the real question is how the culprit entered and exited the library.
We cannot continue until we address that problem first.
It's quite the mystery. How did the killer avoid being caught by the cameras?
Almost like they were invisible.
No. They're bringing up excellent points. How did someone manage to get into the room whilst avoiding the cameras? There's no way that could have been done. You would have gotten caught. So if that's the case, then the next logical leap is, well, they never entered the library. They were able to kill Rantaro from outside the library. They've already come up with one way of doing that, gone to yeeting the shot put. Just continue on down that line. Power ways that you could kill whilst not entering the room. Just think about it, guys. Think about it.
Oh, but it wasn't me. My magic can only make you half invisible.
How could you kill someone without the use of magic?
Your upper half, to be specific.
God damn it, Himiko.
That's kind of a half-baked invisibility spell, isn't it?
But both doors to library had hidden cameras on them.
How about the vent in the library? Maybe they came in through there.
but Shuichi and I were on lookout in the classroom with the connecting vent.
The culprit waited until Kaede and Shuichi weren't looking, then turned invisible.
Have you had some of Angie's crack? Is that what's going on here?
Himiko is really gung-ho about her invisible culprit theory.
Yeah, no. There's no way someone snuck into the library through the vent.
That's right. We have evidence that proves that would have been impossible. Let me... Okay. I mean, the books. If someone had come through, then they would have sent the books all over the place. Admittedly, a person would have sent the books all over the place. A shop book ball probably wouldn't have made that much disruption.
I get it! When I set the cameras, I also stacked some books in front of the vent. If someone did crawl in and out from the vent, the books would have collapsed. While we were investigating, they were still neatly stacked the way I placed them.
Maybe they put the books back when they left the room.
That would be quite difficult to achieve on such a narrow bookcase.
If we've ruled out the vent and doors, then how'd the culprits get in and out of the library?
They didn't. That's the answer, they didn't.
Maybe... divine intervention?
Stop listening to the crack!
Gonta no can think of any other way to enter.
Eureka! I know how the culprit got in the library. The front door!
Okay, Mew. Okay, I'll play along. Explain it to me. Explain.
Have you been paying attention? The camera would have taken their picture.
Not if the culprit timed their movements around the camera intervals.
I don't believe we've heard about this before. Ooh.
Huh? Intervals?
Yeah, Kaede certainly hasn't heard about this.
What is that?
Basically, the culprit knew about the cameras and their intervals.
I'm thinking back to the cameras. They were cheap disposable cameras. With disposable cameras, you take a picture and then you have to wind the film. If you don't wind the film, then you can't take any more pictures. But we got multiple pictures from each camera. Which means they had to be wound, and obviously there wasn't someone there amongst the books, like, winding the camera.
So they snuck into the library between camera shots to avoid appearing in the photos. I know. Beauty and brains. Why? It's just not fair.
Mew, what's this interval you're talking about?
Huh? Oh, now you're asking me. After the shutter snaps, the camera can't take a new photo for 30 seconds.
30 seconds isn't a lot of time. But if you knew what you were doing, if you knew exactly what you were doing and where you were going, you could absolutely commit murder in 30 seconds.
Because I redesigned the cameras to auto-roll the film instead of having to do it manually.
Yeah. Yeah, they're disposable. Someone would have to wind them. Okay. And Kaede didn't know about that. Kaede, that is... depending on who knew that. Obviously Mew knew it, but she has an alibi. Did Shuichi? Because if Shuichi knew, Because Kaede's been stood here going like, oh, what's that? What's that? I've never heard of it. So if Shuichi knew, and he purposefully didn't tell Kaede, that's going to make him look extremely suspicious.
That's the first time I'm hearing about this. Why didn't you tell us from the start?
But I told your little beta boy toy after I gave you the remodeled cameras.
Oh. Mew has an alibi. Kaede obviously didn't know about them. That just leaves Shuichi, and they... Here's the thing, Kaede can't even say, oh, well, I provide Shuichi with an alibi because they weren't together the whole of the time. They separated for a bit. I can see where this plot point is going. I can see where it's going because, oh, why didn't Shuichi tell Kaede about this? Like, why did he keep her in the dark? That's suspicious. I mean, here's the thing. If Kaede wasn't planning on murdering anyone, then why would he need to tell her about that? Why would he need to tell her? It's not like she was plotting to murder anyone. Oh, like, no, that's just silly talk. Oh, God.
What?
Shuichi?
And the eye of suspicion rolls around onto him.
I'm sorry. I guess I forgot to tell you.
I think that's genuine. He trusted her implicitly. He trusted Kaede when he really shouldn't have. And because Kaede would never commit a murder, oh, she would never do that, why would he need to tell her? Kaede. Kaede, what are you gonna do?
How could you forget to tell me?
I didn't think it would affect the plan. I didn't realize it would matter. I guess I just forgot to mention it. I'm really sorry.
I forgot. What a pitiful excuse.
Yeah, that's pretty much a lie.
Except it isn't. Except it isn't.
No, it's not a lie. He probably just forgot. There was so much going on at the time. It's only natural to forget, you know?
Yeah.
Let's put that aside for now and talk about the camera intervals.
Each interval lasted for 30 seconds, correct, Mew?
Yeah, sure. I'll explain it again to you mushheads. The 3 cameras that Kaede and Shuichi placed go off when they pick up movement. From there, it takes 30 seconds for the film to auto-roll to the next photo.
So, for 30 seconds, anyone could have entered the library without their photo being taken?
That may have been enough time to kill Rantaro and exit the library.
It's definitely enough time. You just gotta move at lightning speed.
I see. Then there's no doubt the culprit made use of the camera's intervals.
Kaede. Kaede, you know that Shuichi is innocent. You know that he is the most innocent person here. You used him thoroughly, and he never suspected you. You know he is innocent, girl. You need to do something here.
That means the culprit was Mew all along, since she knew about the intervals.
Don't be an asshole! I have an alibi. Remember the dining hall?
Oh, yeah. Well, who else knew about the intervals? Now, who was it again?
Oh, you bitch. You bitch. Dragging it out. Kokichi rather reminds me of a cat playing with a mouse. Just the way he plays with things and like, oh, I I don't know what I'm talking about. Someone remind me. Someone remind me who it was again, knowing full well.
Shuichi.
Maki doesn't do that, though. She's just like, no, straight in. Boom, it was him. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Girl, you need to step forward.
Well then, does this mean that he is the culprit we have been seeking?
Shuichi.
Hey, what gives, Shuichi? Shuichi would never do that. Right, Shuichi?
You had better speak soon. Your silence only damns you further.
Fess up already! Did you kill Rantaro?
Oh. And with that, I think he's figured it out. Clutching his heart at the betrayal. I think he's just figured it out. I think he's just figured it out. Kaede, come on. Come on, you know he's innocent.
Hey, Shuichi, what's gotten into you?
Don't tell me you're gonna plead the fifth now.
Oh man, this is getting good! Entertain me, peasants!
No way. Shuichi can't be the culprit. That's definitely wrong. There's no way. I refuse to believe Shuichi is the culprit. Girl, you know who the culprit is. That's definitely not possible. Oh, intermission. Okay, No, I'm good. One of the things I've heard repeatedly about the V3 class trials is that they are the longest trials in the franchise. And to be brutally honest, this hasn't felt all that long to me. I'm wondering if we're gonna get another intermission. That's a thought. They could be so long that they had to split the trial into thirds rather than halves. I reckon we're only a third of the way through. Wow! The trial is racing towards its thrilling conclusion. Do you know who the culprit is? Obviously I know, because I know everything. What? Know everything?
Yeah?
No! Everything? Daddy knows everything about anything. He basically traded his bearhood for godhood. Oh my god, he speaks! What part is this? What part is this? 20-something and he's finally spoken? Jesus. What kind of voice do I give you? Seeing as I've given the robot voice to Kibo, I don't regret that. I don't regret that because, like I said, we're on part 20-something and this is the first time I've had to voice act for Monodam. Like, I don't regret giving the robot voice to the other robot. I'm tempted to be very silly and just beep, 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 boop, beep. Beep boop. Like, I'm tempted to do that, but no, we will speak the actual words. You know what? I feel very badly for Monodam. He's constantly getting shit on, so we're gonna give him a handsome voice. Yes, he has betrayed his Ursine ancestors.
Huh?
Traded? No, I'm still obviously a bear. It is obvious, right? Right, you guys? You sure ain't no fish, but you damn sure smell like one.
Now then.
Anyway, since I know everything, I'll give you the whole story later. Try your hardest to nab the culprit, and believe me, that's no lie. If I lied, it would shake the game to its very foundation. So trust me, and Please enjoy the class trial without any worries. Okay, resume.
I feel like we're getting close to the gory part. It's making me nervous.
I don't know who the culprit is, but I'm not paying attention, so it's okay.
Yeah, but there's one thing we do know.
That Angie is taking all of the crack.
The line between victim and attacker ain't as clear as you might think.
And that.
I suppose that's one lesson we can take away from this case.
I cut off the leg before the poison spread. By spring, flowers will grow from the stump.
Alright, I have to pay attention to Angie. I'm only gonna listen to one crackhead. Just ignore Mono Kid. Just ignore him. Beat boot.
Say something already.
Your tongue-tied silence speaks volumes. I fucking knew you were the culprit.
Wait just a minute! None of that is possible! Shuichi was with me the whole time we were on lookout.
But he wasn't.
When are you suggesting Shuichi killed Rantaro? Were you really together the whole time? Huh? What do you mean? I'm asking if you two were on lookout together the whole time. Well, I guess we weren't together the whole time.
I'm going to check out the basement. I'll come with you. No, you stay and keep watch, Kaede.
So that's when Shuichi went to kill Rantaro!
No! Shuichi wouldn't kill anyone!
Don't become emotional. We must seek the truth in a calm and logical manner. Or all our lives will be lost here.
I'm not being emotional here. I'm saying it with conviction.
Even if Shuichi did go to the basement, he couldn't have killed Rantaro because... Oh... This is the only one that makes any kind of sense here to me.
I get it. The security alarm didn't ring until after Shuichi returned to the classroom.
Ah, okay. Okay, so if... I've got it. Rantaro had to be alive after Shuichi returned because without him, the alarm wouldn't have gone off. If he was already dead, then everyone would have just been waiting around for ages.
It only rang after Rantaro moved the hidden door, which means he was still alive. If Shuichi was with me when the alarm went off, then that means he's not the culprit.
By the way, I want to confirm one thing with you, Kaede. Who set the security sensor on the bookcase? It was Shuichi, right?
Jesus! Part of me really wants to have Shuichi as the thumbnail because I think it makes the most sense, but that is a damn good face. Oh, that is damn good.
Huh?
Then I'll set up the camera that's connected to the security sensor. I'll set it carefully so the camera has a clear shot when the mastermind moves the bookcase. Let me take care of the security sensor on top of the bookcase. And we'll set the cameras near each door.
Yeah, Shuichi was the one who set up the security sensor. What about it?
Did you actually check for yourself if the sensor was set on the bookcase, Kaede?
Oh, that's a good line of logic there. I I really don't like Kokichi. I think he's a little bitch. But he is easily the smartest member of this group. Shuichi, I think, is smarter because he's already figured it out. He's just not saying anything. Kokichi is going off of, you know, the breadcrumb trail that Kaede has put down. That's a good line of logic. That is a really good line of logic.
No, I didn't check.
Did it ever occur to you that Shuichi could have lied about setting the sensor?
A lie?
And he's not defending himself. Dude, she's not defending you. If she were defending you, she'd be honest.
Shuichi pretended to place the sensor on the hidden bookcase door. But in actuality, he was holding it the whole time. And when he met up with you, he secretly triggered the sensor to make the security alarm go off.
That would cause Kaede to assume that someone had moved the bookcase.
I see! Sneaky little fucker!
No! At this rate, everyone's going to think Shuichi is the culprit. I have to do something. I know for a fact that he's not the culprit. So I gotta do something. From this point on, lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. Okay. Okay, got it. Your truth bullets will disappear if they touch these lines, so think of them as obstacles. Please, time your truth bullets just right so they won't get interrupted by the white noise. You can use the silencer with A to shoot down the white noise. Now, why would you do that? Because not only does that make it easier to shoot the right weak spot, you will also get additional time. What a great deal! Use it to your heart's content. Thank you for the opportunity. Okay.
The security sensor was armed, but
okay, let's have a watch.
The moving bookcase isn't what triggered it. As it turns out, Shuichi had it the whole time.
The sound Kaede heard came from the sensor when Shuichi secretly moved it, in order to trigger the alarm.
So when Kaede heard the sensor go off, she figured someone had tried to move the bookcase.
Only an idiot could make that mistake.
Oh, say something. Say something. He's not defending himself. Okay, so the 2 points we have are that the bookcase wasn't what triggered the sensor. And then Kyo's line was something along the lines of, oh, Shuichi did it himself. Well, we know that's not what happened. We know how this crime played out because Kaede did it. The bookcase was what triggered it. Okay. Shuichi couldn't have had the sensor on him. That's right, and I should have evidence that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt.
The security sensor was
what do we actually
armed,
have?
The moving bookcase isn't what triggered it. As it turns out, Shuichi had it the whole time.
The sound Kaede heard came from the sensor when Shuichi secretly moved
I think I've got it.
In
I
order
think I've
to
got it. You know
trigger
what,
the
let's
alarm.
fast forward.
So when Kaede heard the sensor go off, she figured someone had tried to move the bookcase. Only an idiot can make that mistake.
So, the sensor went off and the camera triggered. If Shuichi was triggering the sensor, then why do we have pictures of Rentaro moving the bookcase?
The security sensor was armed.
Okay.
But the moving bookcase isn't what triggered it.
No, that's wrong.
Boom.
Wait a minute. This is weird. If the security sensor wasn't placed, then... we wouldn't have been able to take that picture. We were only able to get it because the sensor was triggered by the hidden door.
Oh, that? Easy to explain. Well, you see...
Go on.
I guess you're right. Sorry, I didn't think that far ahead.
You're giving up that easily?
Yeah, I mean, whatevs. I made a mistake, big deal.
You speak as if you knew that from the start. Even I was taken in.
So you see, Shuichi can't be the culprit.
Here's the thing. I'm just about out of time for this episode. Kaede's plan has already started going wrong. The introduction of the intervals, something that she didn't know about, something that she didn't prepare for. Her plan has started to fall apart. And as soon as that first thread gets pulled, it's all gonna unravel. And the one person that Kaede knows for a fact is completely innocent is Shuichi. That is the best person for the writers to pick on. That is the best person to pull at Kaede's heartstrings, because I slag her off, not because I hate her, but because I quite like her, actually. I do think that she is a good person who has done something really fucked. I can't see her letting Shuichi take the fall for what she did. Right now, she's so focused on, like, I'm gonna cover up what I did to find out who the mastermind is. But she knows that Shuichi isn't the mastermind. He is the one person out of everyone that she can definitively say, yeah, it's not him. He's completely innocent. They have to keep picking at Shuichi. They have to keep poking at him, especially because he's not said anything. He never tried to defend himself. That's suspicious. That's gonna get everyone's like, okay, but if he couldn't be the culprit, why didn't he say anything? Why is he being so quiet? Like, pick. It's all gonna hinge on Shuichi. It has to. It has to. Things got very interesting. And we are gonna see if Kaede's plan does crumble in the next episode. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.